How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio
What's going
Addiction.
on?
We have Lives Lost with us tonight. They can say their names and what they do in the band.
Hey, I'm Alan. I play the drums. I hit things. Gets out the aggression, you know.
Oh, I'm Aaron. I play guitar.
I'm Tanis, and I sing and occasionally play an instrument.
Occasionally.
Yes, occasionally.
Why only occasionally?
Mostly on record. But for a hot second, we didn't have a second guitar player or a bass player. So I've done a bit of everything from a live standpoint.
You could say you're a musician.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Bro.
musician at Lives Lost, yes.
All right, this is the first musician I've had on the show. So, guys, thank you so much for being musicians and coming on here. Love that. I want to say I feel a little disappointed, as I mentioned to the guys. They're from Hershey, PA, which is like not far away from where I live. So I feel really bad that I have not listened to Lives Lost. So don't be like me, and you should check the links below and go show them some love, especially if you live in Pennsylvania. If you don't, then I'll give you a pass. But if you live in Pennsylvania, no pass.
No pass.
No pass. You should be checking them out. No. Big X. But
Yeah.
I wanted to know, guys, you formed in 2020, and I wanted to know, like, the origin story of the band. I'm a huge
I love
nerd,
that.
so I love to know all of the gritty details
So
about the
funny.
band.
Everybody's been asking about details about the band's formation lately, which I think is wonderful. It's so cool that it seems like your average music listener, your average fan, they want to know the lore. So I'm working on a lore post right now on Instagram, but Lives Lost kind of started so Aaron and I have another band, okay, called Lasciate. It's a metalcore band, and we kind of were like, I don't know, on and off, as a band because there was a lot of internal stuff going on and a lot of, growth personally that I think was allowing for things to, fade away. And I was kind of really disappointed with how that was going. And I always wanted to take that metalcore band into a more rock direction with some like post-hardcore emo. And I started writing. I have I don't know, close to 100 songs in my hard drive right now. That's not even they're not all done, but working songs, it's kind of insane. But during that time period, late 2019, early 2020, I really started to write some softer stuff than what I was used to writing. And 2020 came around, COVID hit, and I was already getting in full swing with Lives Lost. I was getting ready to record our first single. Lasciate hadn't quite broken up yet. And then I found out my homeboy Alan was moving back into town. And I was like, yo,
Let's go.
I need somebody to jam with right meow. I got these songs.
Right meow.
Right now.
And they're begging to be played, man. I need somebody to hit some shit. So come and hit some shit at my apartment. And my wife very supportively and acceptingly let Alan set up maybe his live kit, but definitely his E kit.
Oh boy.
In our 1-bedroom studio apartment. And we were in there writing songs and really composing the stuff that we had together into the best versions of what it was. And shortly thereafter, Lasciate really started falling apart. And I was like, yo, Aaron, I can't write leads for this song. I can, but I can't write this chorus lead. I can't figure out. And it was for our first song, Forward Yesterday. And I sent it to Aaron, and Aaron said, that's my jam. I'm really vibing this. And he is just such a chord guy. And on top of the chords, his phrasing on his lead stuff is insane. So I sent him this chorus, and it was very simple chords. And most of the rest of the song was very circa thrice-esque leads, taps and vibey. That's how I play lead, And when Aaron came into the studio, he came into the studio while we were tracking it and laid it down for the first time ever. I don't even think I heard it prior to that. Did I?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I just trusted this man full-heartedly. I was like, all right, man, I trust you. Rip it. And he started playing what was the lead of the chorus of Forward Yesterday. And I was like, oh my God, this band was made for Aaron Perry's leads. It really was. It was made for Aaron to bounce ideas off me. And we've always played together well. I was playing rhythm guitar in the other band before we got a fifth guitarist and doing lead vocals. And I knew it would work well, but I didn't know it would work that well, And after that, I kind of harassed him for a hot second. I think, honestly, I was unrelenting. I was like, yo, Aaron, you think about guitar for Lives Lost Man, eh? And he was like, oh, dude, I'm just so busy and Lasciate. And I think like Lasciate was really starting to go through it at that point. And I don't know if it was that or just like he really loved the music. I think you gave me a couple compliments about the singing on the track. And
yeah, for sure.
You know,
yeah, I remember that demo you sent me forward yesterday. Yeah, I really loved your voice on that. You sounded really awesome. I mean, you always sound great, but that was definitely like whatever you were doing. I don't know. It was just like, you know, it was even better than usual, basically. So
yeah.
no,
Well, I
was
think
really
I was
cool
finding my voice, you know, and when Aaron decided to join, I was like, yes, I got 3 of my best friends in my band now. And that's the first time I really had ever like kind of built a band from just friendship rather than like a music. I mean, when Aaron joined Lasciate, we didn't know each other. We were strangers. He played like 2 practices with us, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're in the band now. And he was like, yeah, you know.
yeah.
Through the years, our friendship grew. And I've known Alan for a long time. He used to be in a band with somebody we're not going to talk about and give any fan service on here with. But, you know, we became friends through that. And Alan and I were friends for a long time. I think in Lasciate, like 80 times, I was like, man, I wish Alan lived here so he could be our drummer when we were going through drummer changes. And when he moved in town, I just knew he had to be. He was the guy, you know.
You had to beat the door down. You had to be like, listen,
yeah,
we're gonna
literally.
be in my band or else. Yeah.
It started as a passion project, but really, and this in this lore post I'm working on right now, I'm talking about this. It's 3 friends that are making music that they want to hear. You know, and I think that's so important. I think we're in a world of artificial music, you know. Most of your top 100 bands within any given genre, they're not writing their own shit, you know? They're not. And they're not even consciously trying to write their own stuff, honestly. They're just, hey, man, Studio XYZ, do you want to write me this 3-minute metalcore banger? And I'm just going to pump generic mental health lyrics over it because that's what the kids are vibing to these days. And I don't know, like, I don't want to sound cynical in saying that, but, you know, I think it's so important to write music that's authentic to you, you know? And I think from the second I pick up a guitar to the second that Aaron throws his opinion in to the very next second where Alan's writing a drum group, you know, this band is authentic as it comes. We're writing music in an old school way, you know?
Gotta keep it honest, you know? I think that's like, I think you can tell when you listen to music, especially if you know, like, these people write with stuff that is pertinent to them. You know, there's something specific about, like, that sort of writing and, like, arguably probably why I love some of the bands that I grew up listening to is because they made such an impact on me personally. So that's kind of ultimately why I even started interviewing bands was because I knew like how much of a personal impact it made on me. And it's always about trying to find other bands out there that are going to make hopefully an impact on other people so that you could be like, holy shit, I would have never found out about this band. And now they're like my favorite group. And I'm like, great, that's amazing. Go tell other people that you love them because now they can go like, you know, maybe feel things that, you know, emotionally that maybe they weren't able to come to terms with or whatever. And I'm glad that you guys write with such, you know, such respect for, you know, the musicality of it. I mean, obviously the music has to sound great too. And I think you guys do a great job of that as well. But I was really trying to like delve more into the lyrics as we went on. And the songs that I listened to were obviously your newest track, Let Me Down Slowly, which was really great. Shout-outs. Go check the links below. Go give it a listen. I also listened to Champagne and A Portrait of Lost, the entire EP. So I like made my way through like a large majority of the catalog. And I was like, it's interesting to go from like newest to oldest in that way because it's like, okay, you get to you get to see the growth, I think, in more of a you know, different way. I really loved Champagne. That was probably my favorite out of all of the songs. I was like, man, Champagne was just like vocally, Tanis on point. I was like, damn, I went back and I listened to it again just before we hopped on because I was like, damn, this is good. Like, let me give it another spin. But I also really enjoyed Let Me Down Slowly because that one I feel out of all of the songs that you guys have put out, that one was like, I was like, what are they gonna do with this? And like, it was a little softer at the beginning, so I'm like, is this gonna be like softer? Like, is the band like doing more of like a rock sort of styling? And then once you get into like the verses and the chorus, I was like, oh, it's starting to pick up now. And then by the end of it, you're like, oh, this is great. Like, I really enjoy it. So it was a nice build, but
I
overall,
appreciate that.
I was like, damn, these. Like I said earlier, I was like, man, I should have known about this band much sooner because I'm sure some of these songs specifically feel like live songs. Like they hit when you're listening to them, like with headphones, but I think there's got to be there's got to be a different energy live that you're like, yeah, this is a live song.
I think we've been told we have an explosive live show.
Okay.
You know,
Sure.
I think we all rock it. We're high energy guys. You know, I'm tripping over everybody and knocking everybody out of my way over the stage the whole time.
He's crowd
like
killing his band members.
Literally. Literally. I feel so bad sometimes. Like, Aaron, we got to get you wireless. I've unplugged Aaron. I don't know how many times I've unplugged Aaron at this point.
You haven't done it lately. You've been good.
I'm knocking on wood for you guys.
You've been perfectly fine. Yeah.
Literally.
Oh man. Well, yeah. If you want to help Aaron have wireless so he can, be freed from Tannis, then go see the match.
Go buy some merch.
Go buy some.
Thank you. Yeah.
I got you, Aaron. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, in terms of people that have not heard of Lives Lost, and this may be the first thing that they wind up seeing about you guys, what song would you recommend to a new listener to check out first to kind of give them an idea of what you guys are all about?
I think we all have a different answer for this, probably.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
My answer would probably be Ghost, I would say, because I feel like that's one of the first songs we really kind of hit our stride with, Plus, we got a pretty good music video with it.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I think, like, off the top of my head, probably that. I want to say Champagne, but that's too new. I feel, to get the vibe. So
fair enough.
Yeah, I'd probably say Lengo Elgog's final answer.
Yeah, I think I'd agree because it's kind of like in the middle, so it gives you the little bit of the old, but also more of the new. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good one to kind of start off.
I like that.
Thank you.
Actually, we might all have the same answer.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God! Wow, Tannis set it up like, oh my God. I can't believe we picked the same answer.
Yeah, literally. Like, oh, we really are in a band together,
Just listen to any of them. Doesn't really matter.
Just spend the whole thing.
Yeah, literally. I think a couple of them are more jarring than others, though. Like if somebody's first listen of Lives Lost is like, I don't know, Equivalent Exchange, which did do pretty well for us. That song is kind of drastically different than the rest of the song.
I would agree. Yeah.
Like it's more punk rooted, but also more Deftones rooted at the same time. And I don't understand how we did that, but we did it.
I'll take it. That's sick.
That's kind of like all of our influences in that song, I feel like. So if somebody's first listen's Equivalent and then their first listen's Letting Go, like they're gonna have two drastically different listening experiences.
Yeah, don't listen to Lost. Don't listen to
Lost. No.
Yeah, everyone's gonna listen to Lost.
I played that last night for my acoustic show. You recorded, mixed, and mastered that, Bucky.
Yeah,
baby. Hey, yo, let's go.
Hell yeah, dude. I think it sounds okay. Could be better.
It definitely is like a sore thumb in the discography in a sense because it's so raw.
Oh. It's like a knife to the heart.
I still love it.
It's the mix.
We just see Alan disappear. He's gone.
You know what? There's one other song that I feel like is a good introductory song for fans.
Oh, it didn't work.
You're going to disappear into the background.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's probably Brighter Days. Like, I feel like that was a lot of people's first song, too.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. We need to remaster that. We weren't 100%, we got a couple in the discography that could use a little updating, a little DIY approach, a little tweakies,
Yeah.
But
you guys are more talented now, arguably.
I know. Listen, 4 years as a band, I think we just know each other and we know what we like, I think. At this point,
Yeah.
Like the chemistry was always there, but now it's like we really know what each other like and want, I think. I'd like to think anyway, you know?
I think so, because I think when we were starting out, there was a lot of different kind of bands thrown about, even stuff like Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
That's much more like pop punk. So I think we all kind of know more so the direction we all kind of want to go and are going, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think for me, even listening to like some of the newer stuff and again migrating backwards, I think it's interesting to see like especially the earlier stuff where it's like you could tell like you guys are trying to figure it out, and I love that because I think for me it gives me a better perspective on like I want to say like roughness is the wrong word, but like it gives you a better perspective on like the growth that you guys have had as musicians, and like getting to Let Me Down Slowly in Champagne and those songs being fantastic. I was like, wow, it really shows how much of a time frame that you guys have just really kind of like put the time in, put the effort in, and how much growth was seen throughout the entire discography. So I mean, if you have an opportunity, I would definitely go oldest to newest and not newest to oldest like I'm doing. But I think for me, I was like, I feel like your Spotify like bio thing does a really great job of like laying out. Feel like bands that I was already thinking about, and I think you nailed it. Is like Silverstein was like number one. I was like, there's definitely a big like Silverstein,
I love Silverstein.
like alternative post-hardcore vibe. Gave me a great like nostalgia, and I was like, oof, I like that. As a almost 31-year-old, I was like, yeah, I feel this in my chest, and then I felt my arthritis start to crack up, and that was it. And then I also think with like earlier stuff, you gave me like some older, especially like more in the like heart, like heavier music, I guess closer to like metalcore kind of. Definitely like some older like Under Oath vibes, which huge Under Oath fan, love Under Oath still. But I feel like you guys definitely laid that out. And then vocally, I feel like Tanis gives me a little bit of Cody from Set It Off, but I'd also say he gives me a lot of vocal qualities from like, I don't know if you know Lee from Funeral Portrait.
No way. Yeah, we know them. We play with them.
Oh,
actually.
Sick. Yeah, you gave
really
me.
No, yeah.
I love Lee. Shout outs, the man.
Yeah, he's got that like perfect post-hardcore meets octane rock voice.
Yeah. So I feel
I
like
have to dial back
you
the
land
dad
that.
rock.
No, you lay into it. It's great.
It's
great.
I appreciate that.
Especially in Champagne.
It's a running joke in the studio. We are back to our original producer, Jeff McKinnon.
Shouts to
and
Jeff.
I think that's another big difference you're seeing in our music is like we're back with the big man. We're back.
Listen, I know Jeff very well. So
I love Jeff, man. I love
the
him
Big
so
J.
Much.
Big
he
J.
is so stoked we're back, but like there's a couple things in the studio that's like running jokes because he's been recording me. He was recording La Chiate. He's been recording me for a long time. And it's always like, Tanis, you have like this natural dad rock in your voice, and I need you to embrace that, but stop dialing into it too much. It's like always a running joke. He's like, that was too dad rock. Like when we were doing Let Me Down Slowly, when you first did that switch into that first verse where the electric guitar comes in, it's once was a man with dignity and grace, that line. I initially had like more of a Seether delivery on that. And Dave was like, no, you're not doing that. Yeah, I was like, I once was a man with dignity.
Oh, yeah, that would definitely be a country
He was like, no, son, you're done, you're cut off, Like sometimes you really have to reel me in, and
he lets you know.
You gotta go.
I respect.
You gotta go for the Rob Thomas delivery.
Yeah.
I love Rob Thomas too.
I love Rob Thomas.
Top
dude.
10 guy for me.
Agreed.
I remember Meet the Robinsons is one of his songs at the end of that. Dude.
Little Wonder, I think, right?
Yeah.
Little Wonder, so good.
Beautiful tune.
So good. I love Rob Thomas solo on Matchbox 20. Yeah. I think Aaron's seen me drunk karaoke quite a few times.
Yeah, that's one of the things we bonded over at first is we both love Rob Thomas. Matchbox 20, that sort of thing, so
we love it.
Yeah.
That and Avenged Sevenfold. That was me and Aaron's big bond moments.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. First time we were messaging, I remember we were talking about the Poison too, which I like that. That's not huge album
for my Valentine.
We were talking about that too. Yeah.
I was like a metal snob for a long time. Silverstein was like the only post-hardcore band I liked. I don't know why, but when I discovered post-hardcore in high school, I only really loved Silverstein, Seosin, and probably if I had to really think about it, Dead Poetic.
Oh, yeah.
And those were like the 3 post-hardcore bands I liked. I think all 3 of those bands have a lot of a metal edge to them.
Agreed.
You know, because I'm such a I love guitar. Like when I get home from work, I shred. Like I just write riffs and
he just shreds
that's
some
my
cheese,
thing.
you know? He's just shredding.
Yeah.
But,
I get home and I just shred.
The violins.
For me, the metalcore was so much more my thing, you know, for a long time. And when I met my wife, she got me into the other stuff. And, you know, Under Oath, The Used, those are Chiodos. You know, those are some of her big favorite bands, you know, and I think having that secondary musical perspective has helped me a lot grow as a vocalist, you know, because what I like is what I like. I'm neurodivergent. I'm on the spectrum. So I think I get really stuck into like what I like,
Fair,
you know,
yeah.
and I don't like to delve from that. But when I have a person that is, you know, a focused person for me and they like something, I'm much more open to enjoying that, you know.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
well, shout out to your wife for giving you some.
For sure. Harley.
Harley, thank you.
So she was the Under Oath Connect, huh?
She
That's
was.
awesome.
She was.
That's so sick.
I didn't know that.
I also didn't know that. That's great.
Dude, a lot of new information.
The more you know, we're gonna turn to Mimo.
I love that. She hates Silverstein though, unfortunately. Like I cannot rock Silverstein in the car. She hates his voice. Which in fairness,
no,
I feel like he has like an emo voice. But like not in the way that she likes. Like when you think Burt McCracken versus Shane Told, their vocal delivery is very different.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But like you could listen to Shane. This is my argument, right? So Shane has consistently kept the same vocal tone
100%. I agree
all of his
with that.
albums. So like if you want to talk about like a tried and true classic,
he's got
it.
I agree with you. I could listen to Silverstein all day.
I want to say I love Burt. I love The Used as well. But I'm saying in terms of vocal qualities, like Burt is great. He was I still think he is a great vocalist, but he has changed up his vocal style where you can just tell the consistency of Shane Told, and especially live. Like he sounds.
Oh yeah.
Like he sounds exactly the same, which is actually wild to me.
Shane Told sounds exactly the same 20 years later.
It floors me. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's insane. And I definitely, like, for my screams, Shane Told and probably Ronnie Radke are, like, the 2 biggest guys for me.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Like, as a heavy vocalist, you know. So, yeah, Shane Told's vocals for me are next level. I mean, I remember the first time I heard, so the first Silverstein album I heard was Shipwreck in the Sand.
Oh, yeah, same.
And, I will never forget hearing Vices the first time. You know, I wish I could go back to hearing that for the first time because that big drum fill, and the guitar is just pumping it up, and then it goes in that faster, and then he comes in, and he has this piercing scream where it's like, you know, it's like insane, dude, insane.
And the feature too, it was so good.
Oh, dude, so good.
Shout out to Silverstein. We love it.
I could talk about Silverstein all day. I love them.
Shane, come on the show. We'd love to have you.
I love that. Good plug. Let's at him.
Let's at him.
Firstly, get on Audio Addiction, and secondly, take Lives Lost on tour with you.
Yes,
I think
I'll co-sign that. I'll co-sign that. Let's go. I would be about that. Let's do it. Or just, you know what? Even better, I'll double, triple down. Shane, listen. If you like the show, thank you for watching. But secondly, I want you to have them on Lead Singer Syndrome.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's
priorities.
I got you guys. You know, I'm looking out.
You're man of the people, Brandon. I'm
man of the people. Yeah. I want you guys to do the success thing. You know, so.
You're too good to me. Oh my Lord.
I'm feeling the feels today.
I'm feeling the love, y'all.
You're my elite employee.
Anyway,
that's a really good impression. You're one of my elite employees. Oh.
All right, guys. The next question I have for you is, what was the first like musician that you either saw on like TV or on YouTube that you were just like, I got that musician bug. Like that's what inspired me to pick up my instrument or start singing or whatever. Is there one that comes to mind?
Probably for me, it was, I know the aforementioned A7X. I remember watching all those, like the Live at LBC video. I mean, I watched that like a million times. And
they're great.
I mean, I know a lot of people can relate to this. And then there's a lot of like behind the scenes videos they had, which I was like addicted to, and just like them screwing around and having fun. And that was kind of like a precursor to like how people do things today. With, it can't just be the music anymore. It's like that social media aspect. And,
yeah.
there's that, like, they want to see the guys, they
I
want
know
to see
a
them
thing
in
or two
action.
about that. Yeah.
I think that's like why they did so well, like, because they really did blow up around that time when they started doing.
Base, like an actual fan base.
Yeah, I mean, they did a lot of like, salt of the earth, kind of like what we did in Florida with like the Poster. When we were on tour, it was one date that kind of fell through, and what we ended up doing. We won't get into it
too hard, but yeah, we ended up doing a pop-up emo night at Uncle Lou's in Orlando, which is an iconic venue.
Classic.
We printed out like 200 posters at Walgreens, and we door to door handed out posters.
Yeah,
at,
we were just
local
walking
businesses
around.
and to randos on the street. It was OG.
It was
people
fun.
came out. It wasn't like a huge show or anything, but we salvaged what we could.
Yeah.
So
it was a lot of fun. So I mean, I think it's stuff like that that really, like, especially today, because no one's doing that. So it's a lot of like, and I respect the grind, but it's something about like that salt of the earth, like hit the ground and talk to people approach. Even if you get fewer hits, I think it's a lot more meaningful than just like
100%.
getting, I think, like, 10 likes on Facebook is equivalent, to like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to say more than that, like 50, because you get, people really vibe with you when you talk to them one-on-one.
Sure, yeah.
In person,
I mean, it's all about personal service, personal connection, like,
for sure.
I don't really view our fans as fans, we call our fans lost ones. I don't know if you've seen that from our social media.
Yeah, it's sick. Yeah.
But we have a Discord, and it's got like 20 fans in it, and I talk to them pretty consistently.
I got you guys.
I love that.
Yeah, dude, get in that Discord.
Join
That's
it.
a fun
place. Go check it out.
Hell yeah.
Go check it. But yeah, dude, it's just like, they're not just our fans. They're literally a part of what makes our music, you know. They are the pillars that we build upon, period. And 10 super loyal fans is worth, 1,000 monthly listeners, in my opinion.
Agreed. I would agree with that. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I
Shout
feel
out lost ones for sure.
I feel like for me, like any band that I have on, they're like fam. You guys are fam now. You know what I mean? Like, there's something special about it that, like, because it's so like interpersonal, where like I know what you guys are going through as a band and trying to like make videos and trying to promote your band, and everyone's like, oh my God, this is like the 1,000th band that I've listened to today. But like, I think it's like making more of that consistent effort to like share these bands with other people, because like I know for a fact, and I've only been talking to you guys for like 30 minutes, is like I know you guys work hard, and I wouldn't want to see your hard work go into vain, because like you spend so much time, money, effort into doing this, So like to me, it's like a personal goal for myself to be like, if somebody watches this video and says like, oh shit, I've never heard of this band, I like what they're about, like I like that they have like this community aspect to it, I'm gonna go follow them, or I'm gonna go see them at a show, or I'm gonna do this, and like that to me means a lot more than like if I get paid money to do this, if I get whatever. Like I think that's kind of the key, is like, and I talked about this in like a previous episode, was just like you want to be able to have people care about what you do. So like if I'm doing better, I want to make sure Lives Lost is doing equally as good, if not better than me. So then we can keep going up the ladder until, we're like big times,
I
think that's important. I think the more community you have within your, circle of people that you work with, I think up until recently we had a good crew, but now we have like a really great crew behind the scenes. I do like all of our social media content creation, but I have, the other guys helping me. They're sending me stuff. They're actually like really getting like photos and videos of everything we're doing, which before it's like, it's hard to do that while doing everything,
Sure.
So
Yeah.
the amount that the boys have stepped up, our new videographer and friend Lee Fencemaker, aka directed by Sorry, he's been crushing it behind the scenes with me, helping me in tremendous amounts of ways. Being back with Jeff is just such an advocate. He wants you to have the best songs possible.
Big Jeff.
And even our merch guy, Logan Summy over at Rock Mill, he really makes sure to hook us up and get name word out there about us. And I think there's starting to become like this name brand recognition with Lives Lost now, where we're starting to build like, at least within Pennsylvania, some notoriety.
Sure.
And I think that hopefully that continues to spread like wildfire. I think there's a lot of bands out here doing what we're doing, but I don't think there's a lot of bands out here doing what we're doing with sincerity.
Sure. I would agree. Yeah.
I think that's so important. Like, music has literally saved my life. Like,
Same.
I have literally tried to kill myself, and I think that, sorry, I should have said trigger warning before that, but
that would have been crucial.
Just knowing that I have been through that and music has got me through that. That's what A Portrait of Loss is about. It's about losing friends. It's about almost losing yourself, and it's a conceptual record about grief, because universally we have all experienced that. There is not a single person on this planet who has not had any grief in their life.
Sure. Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with you on that. And I think I think that's, again, what connects me to the alternative scene, or what made me want to do this, is like, everyone goes through their own struggles. And I think that, having a community of people that write about the same things or have experienced the same things, there is that level of like bond that you have with a band or a group or something like that, that makes that sort of profound impact. And like, that's why I tell people, like, if you want to message me about anything, like how you're doing, stuff like that, like, feel free to message me. I am going to try to get back to you as like quickly and as, often as I can get back to you, because I think it's like, sometimes it's just that you just need one person to talk to, and like that could be the meaning between like something bad happening or something good happening. And I wouldn't want someone to have something terrible happen to them if like they just needed someone to be there and listen to them. I think that like is such a huge thing. And, obviously I'm glad that you guys take that to such a serious degree as well too, because I think it's really important for that and for the scene as well. So also shout outs to all the people you mentioned earlier as well. They deserve a big round of kudos as well. So big salutes to them. Good on them for doing it, especially Jeff. Jeff, I miss you, man. Congrats on your marriage as well. I think I already messaged you about that, but just in case you watch this.
He's doing great, dude. He's doing phenomenal.
Yeah, they seem to be doing awesome.
Good guy, Jeff. We love him. But
we love
Jeff.
The next question I have for you guys is, what are you jamming to more currently? What are you listening to on Spotify? What have you been jamming recently?
What's my on repeat? You guys go first. I'm gonna pull up my on repeat.
Like, personally, I mean, I don't really play much of drums anymore. I mean, just don't do no. And
then he just starts to disappear like into the background.
I soft quit. No. I mean, I'm listening to lately. I'm listening to a lot of like classic music. I've been listening to a lot of Herbie Hancock. Some like Thelonious Monk. I find it hard to listen to like the more really, like Thelonious Monk is a little too much for me sometimes. But yeah, anything with like a good beat. I've been loving Herbie Hancock lately. I've been listening to all his Empyrean Isles, his Chef's Kiss. So a lot of that stuff. I'm liking the older stuff now. I've been listening to a lot of I've been listening to some Kansas.
Oh, I love Kansas.
Rediscovering the beauty of
70s rock.
Carry On, My Wayward Son. Beautiful song.
Can we cover that?
Really an amazing song. Like, I was listening to it the other day, and I'm like, it has everything. Like, there's no second wasted in that tune. No. It's a wonderful length.
The organ.
It's got a swing section.
Do we modernize it, guys? That's the question.
No.
Anytime
you don't touch that. We can modernize, like, like an Allman Brothers song.
Oh,
maybe
Midnight Rider. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna become a My Chemical Romance cover band at late stages.
Yeah, I hate that.
By then it's gonna be like
we're
big bands,
ironically doing a tribute set, unironically I should say, to one of my all-time favorite 2000 Rocks bands coming up, so you should be listening to that too. Heavy Eye Squid. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's for me. I thought you meant the audience.
I was messing.
You gotta brush up.
You gotta brush up.
You gotta know the songs.
We're doing
sing along.
Scuba Stank tribute set.
Oh my God! You gonna do
all-time
the
fave band line.
You're gonna do the
reason? Yeah, imagine bonding over Cuba Stank. You know?
Go figure. No, okay, I'm not gonna sing it. I'm gonna get demonetized. Can't do it. Aaron, what are you listening to?
I've been listening to a lot of like Ray Orbison, Chris Isaac, also some like old R&B type.
Well, I love
I've been
R&B.
listening to like like the stuff when I was a kid, like Neo and stuff like that.
Yes.
Just like that kind of thing.
That baby making music.
Yeah, but
making music.
Hubastink as well. Hubastink as well. Because they a lot of their tunings are open E tuning, which I did not know that. So
I didn't know that either.
That's going to be a little weird live. So we'll have to figure that out. But that's kind of what I've been listening to.
The Neo stuff, I haven't heard that name in a bit, so now I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna
you
take a
go
page
back
out of
and
Aaron's
listen to
book
it.
now. I was
listening to a lot of R. Kelly.
Definitely not that. No.
You guys see that?
Nope.
You guys see that video of him in? You guys see that video of him in Ethiopia in like the '90s, where he's singing to the crowd, and he's like, "Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Do you want to come back to America?" With R. Kelly. Dude, that made me die. And there's all these comments like, how is this not? How have we never seen this before?
I feel like it's a meme. It's a meme.
What
now.
is 2024 going to be? What is it going to be? More of that? I don't know if I can handle it.
I don't think I could either.
Good stuff, man.
Somebody should just add that. Somebody should just have their set start out with that. Like that should be their opener.
That's the national anthem of Ethiopia now.
That's their the song coming out to stage is just that meme of like that.
It's just R. Kelly.
Oh God!
You have your passport. You want to come back to America?
It's a Kim Jong-un parade, but it's R. Kelly on the big.
Oh my God, bro!
I'm just saying they have very opulent parades.
No, Alan, let's not do this.
Anyway, you gotta test. You gotta test the boundaries.
You are, I respect it. You're like the Eric Andre of this interview. You're like, how far can I push it?
The Eric Andre.
You're like, how controversial can I be? And you're just like, done.
I don't know. It seemed like common knowledge.
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm finding out more about you, Alan. This is great. Yeah.
We need to get him, therapy. No, I'm just kidding.
Therapy.
I think he needs some PR training.
Carry the four.
I'll work one-on-one with Alan here. I'll be like, hey, Alan, this is my master class. Here we go. We're going to teach you all about PR training. Here's things you shouldn't say. Don't talk about these things. Okay, great. That was it. Lesson 1 complete.
Oh, you don't talk about really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I know. I'll send you the full breakdown. You got it.
Send him the breakdown.
All right, guys. The next question I have for you is, I feel like you kind of answered it already, but if you want to give some more context, what would be a song you guys would like to cover in like more of, I guess, like a studio, like a full release?
Ooh. That's tough. I have a couple that are on my list.
Okay.
I love a good cover. I love a good cover. I would really love to make like something from the 80s modern and like in our style. And the song that immediately comes to mind every time we have this discussion.
Am I gonna know what it is?
You're gonna know
it's the one you always mention.
Journey Separate Ways, Worlds Apart.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
We need to do it, guys. We just need to do it, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Been campaigning for this song for years.
It's probably 5-6 years that we need to cover this.
That's a long campaign.
We need to just give you this one. Yeah, we need to just do it.
What about you, Aaron? Since you're so staunch and not the Journey camp, so you might as well give your choice.
No, it's not that I'm not. You know, it's just.
I'm just saying, man. Hey.
I don't know. It's hard because with covers, it's like, do you want to just? I guess you want to re-envision something.
Sure,
I suppose.
I would say so. Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, like I mentioned, Neo. So Sick. That's a good Neo song. Maybe that could work because it's got that kind of like
punk
harpish kind of like thing going on in the beginning. You do an acoustic guitar.
Oh, that'd be sick.
You know, I don't know. You could do something like that, but I don't know. I'd have to think on that one. There's a lot of options and a lot of ways to think about it. But yeah.
I wonder if somebody did So Sick.
What was the question again?
It was a cover song. What would you like to cover?
I mean, I've been saying The Pot for a while. I want to do The Pot by Tool.
Oh, there you go.
Difficult. I mean, there's some phenomenal covers of that. But I've definitely been. I really wanted to do that Red Jumpsuit Apparatus cover. We ended up doing that. That one is a really cool song because the drums are awesome on that.
Yeah, I guess from a studio perspective, what would you want to track though? Like,
I don't really know, honestly. I mean, I liked what we did with Let Me Down Slowly. I don't know where we're going, like that we could, like really lock something down. I'd like to maybe do like a good Deftones cover, maybe something like that. I think like, cause we were kind of going that direction and I still feel like we have some of that in our music.
100%.
So I'd like to do something like that. I mean, I really like the drums on that too.
Abe Cunningham's insane.
Oh, Abe Cunningham.
Or like we could do like a 3 Days Grace cover. I was thinking maybe
even more.
Like
that speaks to me, son. You said the right words.
Yeah,
Let me call Jake right now.
I've been knocking some around. We already did the Red, so we got Chevelle. Maybe I'd like to do like a classic cover we like modernize too, like you were saying before. That would be really cool.
It'd be cool to do I Hate Everything About You, like in the studio. Like, that's such a classic 3 Days Grace song. And I feel like it could use just a little updating with some, like, modern, like, Dayseeker type vocals, which is my jams, you know?
I'd be about it. I would take it. I would.
It's 20 years out now, so, it's on the table.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that to roll 20 years and then it's like
I think that's at the point where you can cover a song like 20 years. It's okay to redo it. Like
I think you're probably right.
Unless it's a modern pop song, then it's different. But like if you're gonna redo a rock song, you got to give it at least 20 years. I think.
Yeah, it's got to cook.
It's got to cook for sure.
Yeah.
Like technology has to have evolved enough that you can cover it in a better way. You know what I mean?
We have technology. And then you just
we have technology.
Yeah.
Can we land a band on the 3 Days Grace cover?
Yeah. Well, if you have any good suggestions for Lives Laws, drop them in the comments. Let them know what you would love to hear from them. I can't guarantee they'll do it, but listen, a polite suggestion goes a long way. So if you got a good one,
hey, Let Me Down Slowly was a suggestion from Zach Megan over at Ghost Killer. He was like, Tanis, this would sound killer on your voice, and I think your instrumentalist would kill it. So let's roll.
Yeah, I don't know if it did. I didn't know that song. I don't know if anyone else did either. I think
I don't think any of us knew. Well, I knew it from TikTok.
Okay.
But that's about it. So that's a cover from Alec Benjamin.
Okay.
Yeah. But everybody assumes it's an original song, and that's because it sounds like it,
Yeah.
Like his version is he's a great writer and singer. I just don't like the original at all.
Well, I mean, you made it better. You made it yours, so
thank you.
There you go. I wouldn't disagree with that. Alan,
the original's a nice little song.
Okay.
It's a nice song. It's just a little repetitive,
Sure, yeah.
But the singing's amazing on it. I love his voice. I think it's definitely a contrast because he kind of made that song as quiet as possible in a way, especially the vocals. And what we did is obviously kind of make it as loud as possible in a way, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds like a joke, but I mean
No.
that seriously. Yeah, that's definitely you know, it's a contrast. I think when you do that stuff, you know, with music like that, you do create like more of a popularity around it, just because it's such a you know, different thing. But yeah, that's why I really enjoyed that one, because it was a completely different song. We were done with it, you know. And you know, I guess that's every now and then you can do something like that, I think. But you know, if you want to stick to your originals and you know, stuff that's more, you know, consistent with what you do. And I love that, because we got on that record with you know, all those other bands, and Ghost Killer was, you know, part of that a little bit. So yeah, it was a great time recording that. Any time to work with Jeff is, you know, something I greatly take, you know, pride in.
We're going back here next month.
For a while.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah, we're hitting the studio again next month.
We love Jeff.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Evan as well. Evan's great too.
Oh, dude, I love Evan. Evan's
Burger, amazing.
Tight. He's so good.
I hate
They're
Evan.
a wonderful team. They really are.
Evan, yo.
I'm just kidding. Evan, if you watch this, I love Evan too. Funny. So, well, I guess I'll leave the elephant in the room here. But like, so I interviewed Evan and Jeff's old band, Moral Support, and I've known Evan for even longer. I've even known Evan for longer in his previous project, Civil Youth. So like, I've known Evan for quite a many years. So I feel like I can beat on him a little bit, even though I haven't seen him in.
I'm sure he would love that too. Honestly,
listen, I miss Evan. So Evan,
he's got pipes, man. He's got pipes. He can write whatever. He's got an insane ear, and I think, you know, we feel blessed to be able to work with people that just like they get our music and they get us as individuals, you know, because we're all very particular. Like, I don't know if you'll come across a band that's weirder than us in like a studio setting. Like, we're just such particular people. Like, Aaron has to have the exact right feel on each string during a lead part, you know, and I have to have the exact right vocal tone or I hate it. And Alan, no, I hate the way that crash sounds. Do we have another one? You know, like, I think that's so important, though. Like, we're so meticulous with our music. And I think that makes, you know, you see that in what's coming out.
The final product, you know, I can definitely say that you guys have, like, a good meticulousness to it. I haven't talked to Jeff or Evan, so I don't know how far that meticulousness goes, you know. They're probably like, oh my God, we changed the crash out for the 5th time for Alan. We don't have any more crashes in the back. What are we gonna do?
Literally.
He just like close your eyes and they put it on and you're like,
they are definitely equally meticulous.
No, I'm just kidding. I know they're meticulous, so they always put out some great stuff. So shout out to the boys, Jeff and Evan. I don't know how many times we're gonna give them a shout out, but listen,
80 million. They deserve it. Jeff is unsung, man. I tell you, if more bands went to him, other than some of these big commercial studios that just have the name clout, we'd probably have some better music out there, honestly.
Ooh, I like it.
God damn.
That was shots. Drop the mic here. But anyway, go check out the boys. I love them. But the next question I have for you guys is, what is your favorite food to eat? What's your go-to?
Ooh, that's so tough. I love food. I didn't get this way, not eating food, you know? No, but for real, no cap.
I didn't mean like that, all right.
No, you didn't. I had to put in some self-degrading humor, you know?
Yeah, self-deprecating. I love it, yeah.
For me personally, so I'm Italian-American. I love pasta and stuff like that. But, you know, the ultimate, I could eat everyday food is pizza for me. I love pizza.
I agree. That's
any type of pizza. What are you putting on this pizza? Is it just plain?
That's what's so good about pizza. It's so versatile. Sometimes I want pizza with white sauce and like broccoli and chicken on it, you know. Sometimes I want pizza with red sauce with pepperonis and sausage and green peppers, you know. It's just you can do so much. I love Hawaiian pizza too. No shame in the game.
Oh yeah.
Same.
Pineapple belongs on pizza, and if you disagree with me,
you can't sleep on that.
I'm just kidding. I still love you even if you have a poor palate. You know?
Plus, you get your fruit for the day, you know?
Exactly. Canned pineapple is highly nutritious, okay?
Yes. It's very healthy.
That needs to get fact checked.
Healthy.
I might have to fact check that. I think that's definitely a fact check option here.
Listen, if the FDA can lie, I can lie, you know?
In the edit of this interview, I'll be like, I definitely had to check this up, and it's definitely not factual. So, but if you would like to eat pineapple on pizza, live your best life.
You have a live ticker that's just like, this is not true.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right.
Aaron agrees. Pizza. What's Alan's?
Pizza. Yeah. What's Alan's? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I was gravitating towards the same thing. But what I like.
Wait, are you guys in a band together? That's crazy.
Yeah. Go figure.
Whoa.
I would actually say I like cheeseburgers better. I have a little protein, you know.
You can get cheeseburger on your pizza, bro. That's
true.
Dennis has a point. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could.
You could.
You get a whole cheeseburger on a pizza, bro.
Yeah, but that's
you can even get a Caesar salad on top of the pizza. Okay.
Can you?
Yeah, there's a place by us, Canino's, on out in Harrisburg. They do a Caesar salad pizza. Got just chicken and croutons and Parmesan cheese with white garlic sauce under it. It's so good. And they even put lettuce on it, but they do it after they cook it. They throw the lettuce on top.
I was going to say.
That's interesting.
And then drizzle the Caesar dressing.
Oh, that would be not good.
They boil it.
So good, they put it in the oven with the pizza. Just
cheeseburgers over pizza. I guess you can see that. Cheeseburgers are good, but pizza is just.
Yeah, I gotta go with the latter, man. All right, I have to break the trend a little bit. You know, we need some variety.
You didn't try to go against the grain, brother.
Yeah, you guys all pick the same song, so
I just don't. It's boring if we all like the same thing. You know, what to say?
Who said it's boring? You guys could like the same things. Shit. You're almost as if you're like, oh man, we got to be pigeonholed to liking the same thing, which is pizza and our favorite song that we picked.
Yeah, we had a conference.
What else? We're in a band. That's crazy.
Yeah,
no, I definitely
on
like
the same
burgers.
page we are. It's kind of nuts sometimes. I'm like, God damn it, we're the same.
I definitely like
now.
burgers more than pizza. I'm being 100% honest there.
Okay.
I'll believe you, Alan.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll give you a pass.
Yeah,
Alan doesn't lie. He doesn't lie. He's very.
Yeah, I don't lie. Do I not? I didn't notice that.
We'll find out. We'll never know. Yeah, we're gonna have to ask around.
No, yeah, I'm a good guy.
He's
I'm
a good guy.
Okay. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Sensitivity training, you know.
I'm great. I'm the best.
Yeah, see, here's how good of a guy I am. When the grocery store says, "Hey, do you want to donate? You want to round up to donate to March of Dimes?" I say yes. In fact, why don't you add another $1 on? You know.
I love this.
They're like, they bow to me on my way out. They're like,
Alan, they're like, further, and they're like, you want to donate $5 to the Taco Bell school fund? And Alan's like, make that 10. Make that $10.
And then they roll up, and then Alan rolls his car up to the drive-through window, and they have like a confetti gun, and just spray it into his car. They're like, thank you so much, Alan. You know? You're our employee of the month. I know you don't work here, but you're our employee of the month. Here you go.
Like the end of Star Wars with the sashes. You know, they all get the medals.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's Alan. Alan at the Taco Bell drive-thru. Love it.
Yeah, I like to donate. I can give him back.
Hey,
I do like to give back. It's a good thing. Same with music. You know, we're always trying to engage the community and all that good 100%. Stuff. You know, and definitely when we went down the line. I mean, we've actually done a couple shows that were benefits.
We're doing one in September.
Yeah, I mean we're always on those.
I think doing a suicide awareness benefit in September.
Right.
Actually.
Yeah, that was in December, right? Yeah.
No, that's the one we have coming up. Actually, it was for the same cause though in December. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cool.
It's always great. Yeah, I mean I love doing stuff like that.
100%.
Yeah.
Any way we can give back to the community, you know. I've donated to the bank a couple times. I do some trash pickup when I can.
Nice.
You know, my wife owns a salon, and whenever somebody's, trying to get some donation money, we try and do what we can. You know, I think it's important. You know, I was talking about this I played an acoustic show last night, up the road an hour in central Pennsylvania over at Milton.
Nice.
And I think it's so important, like the music, we have no sense of community now, but shows are one of the few spots that you still have community,
Sure, yeah.
And I think any way that we can start to build community outside of music within musicians, whether that be, all donating our time or organizing for the same, cause, I think that's amazing. If we can all come together and make the world a better place together, that's part of what we should be able to do as musicians. We're supposed to use our platform for good. Honestly, I think too many people throughout the annals of history and bands have used it to do drugs and, questionable things, questionable moral things. And I think, first big paycheck we're getting, firstly, we're going to break even finally, but secondly, I'm going to find a way to give back and make sure that there's a way that we as a band can give back and build on that.
Agreed. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Lives lost equals good guys. That's what you can title this as, so.
Yeah.
And they like pizza, pineapple on pizza. There you go. That's it. You got your title here. So don't hate them. They donate.
We're also the best thing to come out of Hershey since chocolate.
Yeah, Chris James said that. Our local radio personality on 105.7 The X.
You're better than chocolate to me.
Oh my God, man.
That's wonderful. He hates chocolate, though. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't hate chocolate, but I'm not a sweets eater. So you guys are, way better for me.
I love that.
Very sick. The next question I have for you guys is, if you were to have a dream collaboration on an up-and-coming Lives Lost track, who would you love to have on? The question actually gets broken up into two answers. The first part of the answer is one that's a little bit more feasible if you know someone and you want to politely, call them out and tell them like, hey, would love to have you on a track. You might as well tell them now. And then the second choice is, or the second answer is, the one that you're manifesting, the one that you are like, hey, gotta get this person on.
Oh, I have a lot. I have a lot of wants,
Are you talking like local stuff? Or are you like
first one's local? The first one's local.
Is feasible and local.
Yeah.
The second one is
second answer national. Is national. Yeah.
Like you're manifesting. We're
putting it out there.
That's a tough question, man. Oh my God.
Number one, I have this. All right, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Weirdly enough,
good question.
Because I think it is time that we get another person that we love on our track. I think that's important. So for locally, I would love to get my boy Lee Fencemaker, aka Sorry, on a track. That would be really awesome for him to do his emo rap thing on a verse. Ooh. I would love that.
Let's go.
Secondly, nationally, Vic Fuentes, Pierce of Ale.
Oh.
That's number one for me. Number two would be Kellen Quinn from Sleeping with Sirens, but I haven't liked his features on stuff lately. Full honesty, I think they've been a little weak. And, I want somebody that really wants to contribute.
I love Vic, though.
I love Vic. Yeah, I think he doesn't do a lot of features. He's got a crazy high voice, and I have more of a baritone Johnny Craig type thing going on. So I think having somebody with that would be sick, So those are mine.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I would say, you want to go, Aaron?
I mean, I'd say Ed Allison, Derrick Henry would be great. People.
Yeah, Lyndhurst and Observe the 93rd. They're local bands from our scene.
They'd be very great people to work with, have on our tracks. But nationally, I guess, or not so feasible would probably be Morrissey, which would be weird, but it'd be kind of funny, right?
Dude, he could do one of our weird bridge choruses, I could see Morrissey on the bridge of Letting Go Ghost,
Yeah,
that'd
get him
tight.
on there,
Yeah.
Yeah, re-record it. But
I love
those would be mine,
Okay.
Alan?
Yeah, I definitely when you say that, I immediately go to like female vocals because it's something we haven't really done much
That's
of.
true too.
Locally, I can't really think of like anybody in particular. I mean, I have people I think of, but locally, I'd probably gravitate more towards someone who's a tenor. I'm trying to think of like who would.
Dude, what
fit
about Tabby?
perfectly.
You said female vocals. I immediately thought
You know,
of Tabby
she did
from
pop into
25th
my
Hour.
mind.
Yeah.
She did pop into my mind. I want to say Patrick from If Not For Me. I like a lot of the stuff
he'd
he
be
does.
down. We should hit him up, actually. That's a good idea.
He's always the one that I think of because, like, I don't know, when in Ethics, in my previous band, we actually had a song with a feature from him, and I always liked how his voice sounded, you know, and we love those guys, and If Not For Me. So, yeah, I'd probably say Patrick. And then nationally, probably, again, I want to go for a female vocal, like Lizzie Hale, maybe, something like that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think like that, because she has a really powerful voice, you know. I think
does. They go well with
stylistically,
mine.
yeah, I think she really would. Yeah, I mean, if we're going like all out in America, you know, if we're gonna get international, it's a different animal. But yeah, I would say
Who do you want internationally? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, who's
Elise Reed from Amaranth.
Yeah, that would be so good, actually. Yeah, if I had to do female vocalist on a Lives Lost song, though, like absolute dream for me would be either Haley Williams from Paramore.
Oh, Haley Williams,
or Lacey Sturm from Flyleaf. I would kill to have Lacey Sturm on a track. Lacey, if you somehow see this, holla at your boy, okay? I got a verse for you, I promise.
Yeah, I mean, we can make anything work. I feel that's the thing. Like, we have a pretty good ear, you know.
We could do it all, like, you know.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, let's get all these people on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like our music.
The world, but all seen. Let's go.
Well, if you guys want to make that happen, what you have to do is first you have to give a follow to Lives Lost on Instagram, and if you haven't done that, I mean, you're fucking up. So you should definitely do that first. And then second, I need you to tag all of these artists we just talked about. I know it's your whole Instagram story is going to be blocked out with ads, mentions, whatever. But I trust you're going to deliver.
Too.
We'll sprinkle Shane Told.
I didn't want to throw Shane Told into my national thing, but like I do. Like,
you have to.
You do. I don't think has he done many features.
He hasn't done a lot.
I can't think of a song that he's been featured on. Actually, now that
he did that collab though recently with I forget his name, but I know he did a collab recently where he did like all of the singing. I'll have to look it up, but if you want to tag all of those bands, artists, vocalists, stuff like that, and then type collab ? And then just full send it on your Instagram story, it's probably real. You know, we're on the internet. You know, those things tend to be real. So, just saying, they're already working on it now.
Yeah,
so
they're already working.
You want to like get the ball moving more. You know, drive up engagement. You know, I'm just saying. I'll sit here. I'll wait. You know, I'll wait. You do it. You just send it. You know, I'll wait. I'll be here. I'll do the TikTok meme where it's like day 57 of waiting for you guys to make that post.
I've been doing that. Actually. Like, in the car before work, I'm like, day 20 of asking you to listen to my band so I don't have to come into this bitch, you know? Like,
those are the best. Did you see there's a guy that does eating raw chicken every day?
No. We can't be promoted this shit.
You're going to get salmonella, bro.
Is that not good? I'm sorry.
I don't want to. I don't want to be perpetuating people to get salmonella now.
Oh man, I'm missing the mark,
bro. We got to get Alan through the PR training again.
Anyway,
I mean, it's probably fine. I mean, he hasn't said anything.
The guy says he's growing my hair out every day for a year.
Yo, Alan, we could have done that, bro.
You could have done that, yeah.
I could have done that. I mean, I can start over.
I can start over.
Dude, Harley will cut you a nice bob and we'll start growing your hair back out.
Oh, I thought he was just going to go full on bald and then just grow it all back.
That's what I was implying, yeah.
That's what I thought.
I love that.
That'd be
really
crazy.
Like a real contrast. I don't know if it'll grow back though. I think that was last leg.
Alan said my male pattern baldness may prevent this.
Yeah. Well, I gotta get a hair supplement.
Alan's like, yeah, I can't do this just in case my hair never grows back.
I've actually learned. I was gonna say a brand name, and then I said no. We're gonna say hair growth supply.
There you go.
person. Yeah, I'm learning.
We
Here we go. Thank you. Oh my god.
Over the past hour has been tremendous.
This is amazing. Guys, if you want to enjoy my multi-leveling marketing scheme, then you can. No, I can't believe that.
I'm in.
I'm in.
All right. All right.
Me up.
The next question I have for you is my personal favorite. I'm a huge nerd, so I love asking this question. If you guys could be a video game character, who would you be?
Leon Kennedy, that's easy.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, wow.
Dude,
Aaron out the gate, bro. I love it.
Ladies.
I love it.
That's a big W.
Woo!
Yeah, I'd say, yeah.
Let's go.
Good looking, skilled, talented. I mean, what more could you want, really?
Shoots again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be the main character in Elden Ring. That's who I want to be.
Oh my god. How much of a masochist are you?
Well, in my playthrough, I'm very high level. So it's going to be easy for me. It looks exciting.
I'm highly skilled.
There's a lot of room for growth, you know. What is it? I'm not even trying to be. I'm not trying to be funny, man. I'm being honest.
Brandon literally went, "I'm highly skilled," and that skilled me, bro. That set me so hard.
I have a lot of fun in that game.
No, I know you.
Yeah, man. I would definitely 100% if I could.
Dude, I was Dragonborn from Skyrim, you know?
Oh, my God.
Oh, dude, though.
Come on.
Yeah.
And you guys are high-tier level gamers.
Yeah,
you know?
Dude, I play...
skills.
I have dialed back the gaming because I'm too busy making Lives Lost content lately.
Fair enough. Respect.
Yeah.
I love the Elder Scrolls series. I'm playing through Pillars of Eternity right now, actually. I love Dungeons & Dragons, turn-based D20. Like, get me all the nerd shit, man. I'm into it, you know. My favorite movie series is Lord of the Rings. I love the books, too. Extended edition only, you know. It's important. You can't watch the standard.
I feel like Tanis is the type of person that invites you over to watch the full Lord of the Rings series, and he's like, you can't pee. You're just not gonna. We're gonna sit here. You're like, dude, you're gonna piss your pants before.
And she was like, "Can we pause? I gotta go to the bathroom." You're like, no, you can't. We can't pause.
You're like, you're gonna pee your pants and watch this movie.
You're gonna stop time.
Dude, I feel like I am at band practice too. They probably hate me. I'm like, really? You have to
I think it would be really funny. I think it would be really funny if Janice just has you listen. You better leave the door open. You better be peeking around the corner to watch the TV because I'm not stopping this. We're just going. If you get up, you have to walk backwards into the bathroom. You have to be constantly looking at the TV screen.
You have to be peering at it.
Yeah, peering at it. Yeah.
You cannot miss the Lord of the Rings trilogy. All right.
He Clockwork Oranges everyone. He's just the eyes are just open constantly.
Dude,
that's a wonderful. That's a really funny,
fantasy,
really good movie.
High fantasy. That's where my parents named me from a Dungeons and Dragons spin-off series called the Dragonlance Chronicles from the 90s. I'm named after Tanis Half Elven. So
whoa,
very cool.
Oh my
parents are super nerds. I grew up collecting comic books with my dad. I played D&D. They took me. There was a local store I went to play Dungeons and Dragons and HeroClix at every Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh my god!
From the time, yeah, dude. And then I became a student athlete, and I still did that. So I don't know.
Respect.
I love that, man. I love tabletop games, video games, high fantasy stuff. I'm into it.
Same. Yeah, I'm about it.
Yeah,
with
me
the
too.
people here today. We love it.
I love that.
The next question I have for you guys is if you were to compile a dream tour lineup, including Lives Lost, who would be on this lineup?
We just did one of these, actually, through Digital Tour Bus. Very cool guys also.
Shout-outs. They're great.
Shout-outs for sure. For me, personally, Coheed Cambria, Silverstein, and who's third? It's tough because I have a lot of dad rock bands I want to tour with, and I feel like that's just not our vibe, unfortunately.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
Probably Chevelle.
Oh, that'd be great. Okay.
Top three. If I had to do the three bands that I would kill to tour with, you know.
Is Chevelle dad rock though?
They are the coolest form of dad rock. I
was gonna say
metal. You know, they're alt metal. You know,
I was gonna say, yeah.
They're in that same vein as Deftones, except I really feel like Chevelle has never had a
Deftones is
bad record.
considered dad rock?
No, they're all.
I was like, bro,
like,
I'm fucking
actually,
up. I'm a dad rock lover then, you know?
I believe the TikTok kids are calling them, what do they call it now? Cum metal? Deftones?
Wait,
Is that what they're calling? Look this up, bro. I wish I could erase.
All right, Tannis, now I'm going to
that.
have to give you PR training. That is.
Dude, I'm serious.
Oh,
I'm serious. People are calling all kinds of. That's like Sleep Token, Deftones.
No,
that.
stop.
It's weird, dude. Look it up.
No,
It's terrible. Actually, don't look it up because your
don't look it
algorithm
up, please.
will never be the same.
Please,
don't.
if you
Take
are
it from me.
watching this, do not look it up, please. I
Don't
don't
look
want
it
to be
up, guys.
responsible
Don't
for
do it.
this, so do not look it
No,
up.
please do not.
Do not.
Because obvious reasons.
Oh my god, we're cutting up.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I do think that's like in the realm of baby making metal though, like Deftones for sure. Like that
Fair
R&B,
enough, yeah.
almost R&B
Yeah.
tinged, not like Deftones is like shoegaze tinged, really.
Yeah.
But there's something
Agreed.
about the way that he sings that's just like inherently sexual.
Chino.
You know,
Yeah, we love it.
100%.
I got it.
What's your dream tour, Aaron? I feel like yours is probably really great.
Well, no, I mean the hard thing is, of course, is just like who would go with us and who's just like bands I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna show up either way,
Maybe-
Aaron. You know,
they're gonna show.
they're
I mean,
they're
maybe,
showing up for you.
Okay. Well, just like meeting in the middle. I mean, like Incubus maybe would be cool. I mean, that would be very cool. Not that. I mean, they're a bit far off from what we are, but not too much, I guess. Like, you know,
That's
Science
decent.
is pretty
decent,
like
yeah.
hard rock stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so Hawthorne Heights, something like that. I think. Enough within our realm, not too far off, but still
Okay,
kind of like.
okay.
So yeah, I'd say something like that. Incubus, Hawthorne Heights.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
okay.
And AFI probably. third
AFI,
band.
yeah, I didn't
Oh
think.
my
Yeah,
God,
definitely
bro.
AFI. I would love that.
I
That'd be
remember
clean.
during our interview thing, you were like AFI, Hawthorne Heights, and I think you even said Incubus in that thing too.
I think
Nice.
I said Coheed and Cambria as well. That would be really cool. Yeah,
Coheed and
those are all
Cambria,
great
X
bands.
Lives Lost would be insane.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Alan,
Yeah,
what about you?
For me, I'd probably Polyphia. I'd love to go on tour with
They're
anyone
nuts.
who Luke Holland is playing for at the time,
That's
because I really
very
want
fair.
to. Because I love Luke Holland. He's one of like the
I
best.
think
Well, one of
he's-
my favorite
is he
drummers
with
in the
Falling
modern
in Reverse
space. You know, yeah.
He's with Falling in Reverse now. Yeah.
Is he?
It would be an insane
God.
tour for us, like really
So-
like next level tour. Like if Falling in Reverse somehow discovered us on TikTok, Ronnie Radke for me, I know he's a controversial person, but like I don't know if you can tell in my vocal style, like, but like that's somebody that like really
That's fair.
defined my
I could
youth.
hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be even better. I didn't realize he was with them. That's so
Yeah.
funny. I
Yeah.
thought he
Luke
was
Collins with them.
flown around there.
Couple years
Yeah, I
now.
mean, obviously, that would be a massive show. I mean, they're just huge right now. It was the same things with, frontman. But yeah, he's the music's pretty cool. It's like very energetic. I love the production on it. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I still want to. Polyphia, I think, would be really fun, regardless of the Luke Holland thing. It would probably be one of my best choices. Just to watch those guys every night, I could learn. I imagine I'd learn so much from them. It's because they're very, very seasoned musicians. So that's kind of my approach into. I guess who do you want to tour with? I guess it's a little more selfish of an answer, but
That's why it's Dream Tour. It has to be selfish.
Yeah.
I feel.
exactly.
Anybody else other than Polyphia, or just one band?
Oh,
Well, I
Polyphia
mean,
Falling in
they're
Reverse,
playing
right?
it.
Oh, yeah, that's
Falling in
that's
Reverse. Probably like.
Who would round it out, Alan?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, third band,
Not A7X. I want to say A7X, but I don't know. I don't know. Wait, maybe.
Who?
I don't know. Yeah.
Rush, Tool.
No, Rush isn't together anymore. I mean, Tool, obviously, but I can't say that.
You can't say that.
You just said
say
it.
that.
Yeah, you can say it.
that.
Yeah, I guess Tool would be a good one. It's tough, man,
It
It's
is
tough.
tough.
because you
It is
got to
tough.
survive with these people for the whole tour. So
You're not gonna say you
stage
wouldn't
two.
survive with those?
I don't
I
know.
feel like Ronnie
I don't know,
Radke
Joe.
and Maynard backstage would be such an interesting
Oh
thing
my
to witness.
God.
Dude, I don't even want to.
That's actually kind of insane. Like, could you imagine Falling in
Oh,
Reverse, Tool,
no.
Polyphia backstage? That would be so wild.
Polyphia would just probably be chilling in their tour bus, and then just Tool and Falling in Reverse would be going at it every night.
Hard. I feel like they would be hard beefing by the end of that tour.
Yep.
They'd be beefing on tour. Every night of tour.
Sure. I feel like that would be explosive. You know, something about Maynard's personality and Ronnie Raccoon's personality.
No. Not good.
Be entertaining at least.
Yeah. And then you throw me in there if it's like a Dream Lives Lost tour.
Oh, God.
You know, I feel like number one, and the guys can attest to this, I'm like such a business-minded person that I can be borderline annoying. I feel like, especially on tour, I'm like, okay, why isn't this happening? When's this happening?
This is
can we do this
wild.
right now? And I feel like, the whole time I'd just be micromanaging, and everybody would be like, yo, shut this guy the fuck.
It would be like a reality TV show.
Yeah, it'd be like Boy Meets World.
Oh my God!
You know,
if you want to see
what was
this
that one when they're all what is that show? They're all in like a house together. Is that Boy Meets World?
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
No.
Yeah,
is it sitcom or like Full House or
what, babe? Real World.
Real World.
Real World. That's it.
Shout outs to your wife.
I was gonna say Below Deck is another one.
My wife loves that trash reality TV from the 2000s. Yeah, you do. What was that one you made me watch? It was hilarious. It was like real life of somebody. Oh no, I don't know. Anyway,
the real lives of real folks.
The real life.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, that's great. We'll wait for Aaron to come back. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be wild. I would be like...
That would be a wild tour. I would actually pay to see that, though. Like, Falling in Reverse, Tool, Polyphia. That'd be a good lineup. I'd pay to see that. I can't imagine what ticket prices would be like, though, because Tool's so expensive and Falling in Reverse so expensive.
Well,
it would just be chaotic, I think. I think people would just go for the sheer, like, pandemonium of the show. Like, they'd be like, how crazy could it get?
Yeah.
Like,
dude,
Ronnie's on stage being like, fuck this Maynard guy. I mean, am I right?
Maynard comes
like nobody
out,
knows
like,
who he is.
Like a wig on and is throwing shit at him.
And Maynard's like, we took you out on tour, so shut the fuck up. Like, and then meanwhile, we pan over to the camera and Lives Lost is like,
literally.
Polyphia's in their band already.
Nowhere.
Polyphia's already on the next tour date. Yeah, they're already into the next. Yeah, they've already left already.
That'd be a funny show. It's just like a band who's like very small time going out with like Metallica. They're just like, whoa, look at this mixing board. It's freaking massive.
This is what live music's like. This is
crazy.
It's a
19-year-old.
Coming, man. I'm telling you. I feel like we're going to get a big tour, a couple years time for sure. I feel it. I feel it coming.
Yeah. No, yeah, we definitely. I mean, we already have like some traction with that.
Yeah, we have a lot of like cool behind the scenes tours, but I just don't want to take something that like we go broke on, you know?
Fair enough, yeah.
I feel like people now don't understand, like, we want to come to your city, you know, but the cost of coming to your city now,
it's expensive. Yeah.
You know, unless we can go out with a band where it's like guaranteed we're going to be selling out of merch all tour, you know, it's like.
You're going to make it back, yeah. Make back
which is like definitely in the cards for the near future. I mean,
100%. I'm starting to book something for the fall, and, you know, I need to find a band that we really want to go out with. That's what I would like to do, like a bigger, you know, regional, or maybe even like a C-list national act. You know, that would be ideal.
That's fair. Us. I feel like it's
national
difficult.
Act would be nice.
It's so difficult.
I'd really like to tour internationally. Obviously, that's a pipe dream at this particular stage. But you know, going to Europe or Japan, or I was going to say Russia, but probably not. Yeah.
Probably not optimal.
I just want to kind of see the world and play music, man. You know, 100%. That sounds like a really good time. I'd like to go to Denmark too, like any of those Slavic countries. Those always appealed to me. I don't know if I don't think we have much of a following there. But,
not yet.
Not yet.
South America is definitely attainable for us, for sure.
Yeah.
I think, they love their post-hardcore down there.
They do, yeah.
It's kind of crazy. We actually have recently started to get the "come to Brazil" comments,
I would love to go down to Brazil.
That's the
It's
dream.
funny though, because I think that's when you're about to start like doing better as a band. When
if
you
they
start
say
to get
come
like
to Brazil, not unironically.
Yeah, you get the invite to Brazil.
When you're in the Brazil algorithm, that's when you're like, oh,
Yeah.
shit. They're like,
I'm gonna start a trend
that's
now where I'm just gonna say come to Pennsylvania, and then you're gonna be like we're in Pennsylvania, and you're like, oh shit, you guys are blowing up.
10 out of 10.
That would be like so fun. Yeah, going down to South America, do some shows down there. I can only imagine how wild the shows get.
Oh my god,
crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that video of the Chariot. They were playing at like a venue and they were wrecking it and they kicked him out of the venue, and then they ended up going to somebody's house and he's like up on the roof screaming. Have you ever seen that video?
I have. Oh my god, the Chariot
dude,
is
it's
one wild band.
insane. But that was in South America. I'm pretty positive.
Yeah.
Maybe it was in Chile. Yeah, I think it was somewhere. But
they're wild.
They're wild. Yeah, I feel like it's probably because like not a lot of bands go down to like South America, or if they do, it's like it takes forever for them to get down there. So they like know it's like this may be the only time I'll be able to see this band. So they're like, we're just gonna go
very
wild.
real,
Yeah.
and it's highly dangerous navigating between.
I was gonna say
South America.
Oh my god,
because there's so much cartel presence down there.
Yeah,
that would be wild. So, well, we're gonna move on to the next question, guys, which is I think obviously Tannis mentioned Lord of the Rings, but what is your favorite TV show, favorite movie?
Ooh.
That's
shoot.
I like a lot of TV, so it's tough. Like I like
yeah,
a
that
lot
is
of
a
shows.
tough one. There's so many shows you can name. Yeah.
You have a current favorite?
What's my comfort show? I know I have too many.
This is hard, man. Yeah.
I like X-Files.
You say The Office?
Dexter. I'm watching Bates Motel right now. It's a very good show, Bates Motel. But yeah, Forrest Gump's a very good movie. Burial Ground's a good movie.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say Parks and Rec is like a comfort show for me. Parks and Rec. I love Parks and Rec. I also Rings of Power sucks. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad. It just wasn't. It didn't hold up to like my expectations.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's okay.
That
happens.
Wheel of Time is pretty good. I've never read those books, so I can't be like, mad at any of the writing on it.
Sure.
I love a high fantasy series. I do.
Yeah.
Well, my all-time favorite show of mine, The Sopranos too.
Oh,
I love The
great
Sopranos.
show.
I love The Sopranos. Tony Soprano's my spirit animal. No, actually, straight up, my dad straight up reminds me of a character from The Sopranos sometimes. You guys have met Tony.
Tony's great.
Yeah.
He's interesting.
He's great.
His name's Tony, so I feel like I already can get an idea.
Definitely, grow up in an Italian American household. So that show, even though it's stereotypical, it's cool to have something shining the light on your cultural heritage,
Sure, yeah.
And I hope that for every, cultural background, I hope everybody gets a show like that because it was cool, talking about, Italians in the national news. It's cool.
Yeah, who doesn't love that? Alan?
100%.
So I love the Fast and Furious movies. They're hilarious. They're amazing. I watched
my favorite comedy series is Fast and Furious.
Dude, lately, they lean into the stereotypes so much that it's it really is we're
gonna take cars to space now.
Movie, it's so funny and the action's amazing. I just saw maybe this is because I just saw number 10 2 nights ago. I just got around to seeing it, and I just love it, man. Vin Diesel, it's got star-studded casts, and the very first Fast and Furious is actually a pretty good movie.
The first movie is really good.
That's really good. And then like TV shows, I kind of fit into the mockumentary sort of thing too. I would say Arrested Development. I'm watching right now.
Yeah,
Really funny.
Great.
That one I slept on for too long. And then there's a lot of my favorite shows, honestly, were like Netflix cancellations. So like Mindhunter. It's really good.
Mindhunter was so good.
I was so mad when they canceled that. It seems like all those kind of like dramas, that sort of thing. And then what was the other one I was thinking? American Vandal was really, really good.
Never
That
seen
one
that.
that's like it's kind of like a documentary, and like it's a mockumentary in like a school, and there's like a sort of a petty crime done. I don't want to give anything away. There's a petty crime done at the school, and there's these kids investigating to try to figure out who it is, and it's really funny. But it's hilarious. They have Jimmy Tatro in it from trying to think. He's from the Real Bros of Simi Valley. Ever hear of that?
Yeah. He's great.
Yeah. So yeah, that sort of stuff. I like the comedy stuff. Some of the more like actiony stuff. So yeah, man. Comedy, action. What more do you need?
I love it. I'm about that. I'm about that shit too.
Man.
I love
Thank you.
I love when cars are just driven into like satellites at this point. That's just the best part. So realistic.
It just gets more and more ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just so realistic.
It's amazing.
I mean, who doesn't drive their car into space? I mean, I feel like that's real, right?
That was insane. Oh my god, what are they doing?
I feel like it's just I agree with Alan. I feel like they just feed into the meme. They're like, we know we're outrageous.
Yeah.
Like, how outrageous can we make this movie that we know people are just gonna talk about it? And they're like, listen, I just would love to be in like the boardroom of a Fast and Furious movie. They're like, all right, guys, so we're making Fast 11. In Fast 10, we took a car and we like drove it into space, and it blew up it blew up a satellite. So like, where are we gonna be at next for Fast 11? What are we feeling? And then they're like, I think we should have a car like similarly to like Back to the Future, where we drive back in time, and then like we take our cars and just slam them into like dinosaurs. And they're like, standing ovation. They're like, yes, let's do that.
Part of the movie, and I've always said this about these movies to my brother, he's proof of it. I'm like, one of these days we're just gonna get like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He literally just picks up a car, throws it. And in 10, in that movie, Vin Diesel, he doesn't pick up the whole car, but he literally like lifts a car with one arm. He's got a gun in the other hand, of course. And he's like lifting the car off the ground and like he's able to push it over because it's like upside down. And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm just like, he's like 50 years old. Does he keep getting stronger? Is that how that works? It's like reverse logic, man. But it's like you can guess the absurdity. So yeah, definitely a fave. As far as quality goes, not the greatest, but hilarious. I love them.
What are you talking about? This is the highest quality film.
Yeah, as far as effects and obviously story go, quality, yes. Quality writing. Every Vin Diesel one-liner is phenomenal.
Yeah, it should win so many awards, honestly. Best movie of all time.
It's winning the Oscars. It's even gonna win the the Emmy this year, I heard.
That'd be amazing.
A TV show.
I love that. It just wins all categories. It just clean sweeps.
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel's
like I'm so tired from these reward shows.
He's just like, I just want to give a shout out to family. And that's it, family. And he walks off the stage, and everybody gives him a standing ovation. They're like, beautiful, eloquently said.
You don't have family, you don't have friends. And if you don't have friends, you don't have family. If you don't have family, you don't have friends. It's just that forever.
No.
I love it. I hope Alan gets to write a track on the up-and-coming Lives Lost record, and it's just about Fast and Furious.
Hey. Yeah, it's going to be cars are fast.
Cars are fast.
Cars have the potential to be quick.
That'd be great. Please. Thank you. That would be my only petition that I would need to make is that. The next question, guys, if you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one album you could bring with you to listen to, what album would that be?
Oh, God, that's so hard.
It's a month. I feel like that's a little more convenient.
That's true. That's not too long. That's good. Cool. Probably The Queen is Dead by the Smiths for me.
Okay.
That's a good one. Shout out. Smiths.
This is gonna get some flack. Probably Metallica's Black Album.
Really?
It's timeless. It's timeless classic.
Why do you think it's gonna get flack?
I feel like everybody hates Metallica post Injustice. You know, like not everybody, but you know, musicians. They're like, oh, Metallica post Injustice. You know?
I don't know.
But that album has some bangers. It's got some of my favorite Metallica riffs. It's got variety because you have the Unforgiven and you have Nothing Else Matters. But then you got like all-time Metallica heavy favorite, God That Fails. That bass line slaps. That riff slaps. Sad But True. Heavy as Hell. You know, it's just got variety. Enter Sandman, of course.
Oh, yeah.
You could bench press a palm tree to Enter Sandman, okay?
Press the palm tree.
I love that. Alan, what about you?
I would have to say Images and Words by Dream Theater.
Okay.
It for a couple reasons. It holds a lot of nostalgia for me. So when I listen to it, I usually feel good. You know, you get that sort of remembrance when you were young, and not that I'm old, but like anything, you know, when everything was very easy. And
what?
Well, I guess I could be considered old. I'm 29.
We're getting there.
But yeah, I mean that album I feel like I could listen to over and over again. It's got a lot of variety on it too. The production's nice. So for a month, yeah, I mean probably that one because I've listened to it probably in the car for a month's time or at least 2 months. So easily, yeah. Images and Words by Dream Theater.
Great record.
Great record.
Yeah, it was really good, man.
A
really
secondary album for me that I could like also throw into the mix is Dance Gavin Dance's Happiness record.
Oh, yeah, same.
I love that album. It's tough because I listen to so many genres. There's like a handful of stuff that I could bring with me and I think I'd be fine. You know, it's so tough. Bryce's Artist in the Ambulance, Circa's Juturna or On Letting Go, you know. But definitely Metallica's a Black Album, kind of like what Alan was saying. Like that album's so nostalgic for me because that was my child. Like James Hetfield, I think we kind of moved past this question earlier because we got sidetracked because we're so good at sidetracking.
You guys are great.
We're the most ADHD band on the face of the planet.
Like,
but James Hetfield is definitely like a reason I picked up a guitar. Like I love James Hetfield. I downpick everything on our records when I track it. I think everybody hates that probably because it gets annoying to play live. But when Aaron plays, he adds the variety in there, you know.
Little sparkle.
But yeah, James Hetfield, reason for playing guitar, and not the reason for being a singer, because his vocals, I'd love them, but I hate them, you know. But Patrick Stump's the reason I started singing because he played guitar and sang.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love this guy, I love his voice, and that's like the versatility of fronting a band, guitar and singing, you know.
I never knew that. Tennis, yeah.
Have we never talked about that, Aaron?
No, I never knew that Patrick Stump was the reason you started singing. That's awesome, though. But I do remember that fedora. That was like, I feel like that was his solo project era.
Yeah.
Was it fedora? Like,
yeah, I love the fedora.
Yeah.
I thought he was so cool, man. The first time I saw and heard Fall Out Boy, I think it was on Rock Band.
Nice.
And Dead on Arrival was on Rock Band.
Woo.
And I
remember that, yeah.
So cool. And then I got home. This was at a friend's house because I had games, but I didn't have Rock Band. And I begged my parents for Guitar Hero and Rock Band, and
nice.
That kind of started my journey a little bit. But yeah, Patrick Stump on that song, I looked him up. I was like, is this guy singing and playing? Because it's like it's not hard like Metallica, but it's just different, you know. And the way he was singing and playing, you know, because that riff is not, it goes into more punk chords. But that it was so cool, and then they went into chords, and I just loved the way he was singing. You know,
he is iconic.
That made me fall in love with singing and playing guitar. Because before I was just happy downpicking and writing metal stuff, and then I heard that, and I was like, man, I can sing. You know, I can learn to sing. I want to be this cool. You know,
I feel like a lot of people within like I would guess between the ages of like 25 and like mid 30s now, all like, especially if you're a musician, you're like, you either say like Fall Out Boy, Blink-182, Green Day, Like, especially if you're a Paramore, I feel like if you're in the alternative space, if you do not mention those bands at least one time, then like, I don't know, maybe you're just living under a rock, which would be a really very, very big rock to live under, or small rock. I don't know, depending on how you look at it. But like, it would be very hard to go without listening to these bands. So,
100%.
and I feel like they're so influential, regardless of if you do play that genre or not. Like, I think people just naturally like associate those artists with like alternative music, and so I love that. I think when anybody mentions those
Fall Out
groups,
Boy's amazing, man.
they're just amazing.
I like Green Day a lot too. I really liked American Idiot as a kid. Holiday is one of my favorite punk rock riffs.
It's so good.
Ever.
Yeah.
That it's so good. I obsessed over that riff, and I love that bridge section. Just the anarchy and that like tom beat and the bullhorn vocal. You know, that definitely, those bands, you know, define my childhood in a big way. I don't know when I finally got into post-hardcore. Like I said, I heard Shipwreck and Sand. I want to say it was after like a middle school breakup, straight up. I think that's how I got into
real emo of you, you know?
Yeah, I think that's how I got into post-hardcore, though, because I think I was listening to like Sadder, Blink-182, and just in my suggested was The End by Silverstein off of Shipwreck in the Sand.
With
and my like 13, 14-year-old heart was like,
it's so good. It's so good.
I hurt, you know?
Yeah, when Lights parts came in, I was like, I felt that, you know?
You broke my heart.
Yeah,
that was
my
sick.
God.
When she came in, I was like, I can't believe she's married to one of my other favorite vocalists of that era. Yeah, dude, I love Bless the Fall. They were like a later, probably like later teens band for me, but I love Bless the Fall. You know?
They're a classic too.
They're in my rotation, you know. Them right now, I got them, Hoobastank, Don't Cancel Me, Issues. I'm re-listening to Issues again.
No, I went back and re-listened
to off the counter. Hold on, my dog's on the counter.
Wait,
bro, he's counter surfing.
Counters?
Yeah, he's counter surfing. He's trying to get our lunch. Otis. Otis. Come here, baby.
How did he get?
He was counter surfing.
He's a big dog.
He is a big boy.
He's a big dog. I thought,
come here, Otis. You want to get on the camera? Come here, baby.
Oh my God! A puppy on the camera.
We're gonna get a big pup, big puppers.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Oh, pup reveal. Oh yeah, let's go.
The best. He is our mascot.
Oh, what a cutie.
A royalty.
He's amazing.
He is a royalty. Go, baby.
Very
See
rambunctious.
my cat, but my cat is sleeping right there. So
I love that.
That is my mascot.
So
Meatball.
I love that. That's so cute, man. Oh man.
I had a cat named Meatball growing up. I had Spaghetti and Meatball. They were twins. We got them from the same litter. Black cats. I loved them.
Yeah, he's a black cat, obviously, because you can't see
No
him.
way.
He's gone. Yeah. Big chunk, man. We love him. But
big chunks.
The next question I have for you guys, and it's the last question. I love ending off all of my interviews with this one. If you guys have not checked out Lives Lost, go show them some love. They'll be able to tell you in just a second. But wanted to know why you guys do this, why you're passionate about doing it. I think for me as an interviewer, I love to find out why bands are so passionate about making music because, as we talked about, is a hard industry to break into. You know, a lot of the times it's a lot of money spent and, you know, you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into doing this. So I want to know what drives your passion, why you continue to do it. And I think if anything, it inspires me to continue to do this and find new bands to have on to hopefully show them and promote them and allow them to have, you know, where they're going to be going next. So, you know, why is this important to you and why you consider it a passionate? It's a loaded question, to be fair. I fully admit that.
Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing like music. I don't know, just the way it makes you feel. I mean, like the way you can express yourself with music. It's just not. I don't know. It's just such a good outlet, you know. Yeah, it's like even if I wasn't playing with these guys, which, you know, of course I always want to be, but it's like I'd still be doing music, and I'm sure the rest of the guys would say the same thing. It's like. It's just something you want to do, right? You know, it's just, it's, you know, getting your emotions out or just whatever. It means something
obsession.
To you.
Music is obsession. Once you have music through your veins, to me personally anyway, I have had addiction problems in the past, and I can honestly say, like, when I was on hard drugs, when I was doing pills, it's the same feeling doing music for me, which is so crazy to think about. Like, it's really truly cathartic release. It numbs everything in my day-to-day life in the best way possible. That's keep me down, my day job, everything else. The second I throw on my favorite record and I listen to music, my troubles have faded away, and I think that music is the universal language. We're all going at a frequency. We're all vibrating, and I think the whole universe feels music, For me personally, it's not just a hobby, and I think the other two guys can relate to this. It's literally my life. It's a way of life. It courses through my veins. Like, when I'm not listening to music or playing music, I still hear it in my head. Like, somebody will say something and I'll be like, ooh, what if we na 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 na, like, what if we added something to, that's like in my head constantly. I'll hear a noise and I'll be like, oh, well, I don't know. It's, for me, why do I keep doing it? Because I have to. I literally have to. I love doing it, but I have to do it. It's a compulsion for me. It's an obsession. It really is.
Yeah.
Same.
You know?
Yeah,
literally
for me,
the audio addiction. We're on,
the audio
get it.
There you
Listen,
go.
I would know a thing or two about it. Yeah.
represent.
Alan, what about you? You're going.
So for me, I mean, I feel like music. I've been playing music as long as I can remember, drums for that matter. So I mean, I don't know. It's never anything I'm going to stop doing. If you know what I mean. It's like it's inherent to my life at this point. And as far as like approaching it as in this form, I want to be able to do it professionally and make a career out of it. And it's pretty simple for me. I just want to do something I like with my life, as opposed to falling into, a trap a lot of people do, where they end up doing something they don't love. I'd rather sacrifice now, and, try to do something that I'll love in the future than settle today.
Sure.
So yeah, and it's a combination of those two things. I mean, I'll never be able to get rid of music from my life. It's a part of me, and I just want to continue to do it. I'd like to focus on it. That's the primary thing, in my life. So that's what kind of drives me to do this. Also, it's always good to have support from, obviously Tanis and Aaron and everyone else involved. It's a very special experience, and it's a very unique journey. And I think a lot of people don't get to experience. So yeah, I mean, I'm nothing but grateful and proud, and for what we've done so far. And I just want to continue. I just want to see what we can do with it, see how far we can get, which I'm very optimistic for. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand.
I didn't know if you had more to add, Aaron. I know you got cut off a little bit, so I want to make sure you got your
no.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's just, I mean, music's great. I mean, it's a great way to even just have friends and hang out. And, I'm so thankful I've met Tanis and Alan and just all the other people I've been involved with, and just, it's just like it's a great community, a great way to just be creative, and kind of do what you want, I guess.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think you guys all gave great answers. Not that there's like a scale on who gave shitty answers or not, but like I think everybody has a unique reasoning for doing it or being a part of it. And I think, to me, as I mentioned, it's like community has always been a big part of why I do this and like why I want other people to like be able to experience music the way that I've experienced it. And, I think there's no better way than having bands and talking to them about their experiences in music and how much it's affected their lives. Because, I think it's easy to think about it in like an interpersonal perspective of like, wow, this has meant a lot to me. But I think over the 8 years of doing this, I think for me, it's like I'm finding out that there's just so many people that music has affected in such a large capacity. And I think it's really important to highlight it just because I think, people as Tanis mentioned, it's like it's a universal language. Like no matter like where you come from, like you're gonna be able to pull from that feeling or emotion, or there's just something about it that speaks to everyone. And so, I'm glad that Lives Lost is doing well, and obviously the most positive affirmations for you guys going on this year as well too, because I think you're going to crush it.
Thank you.
Of course,
Thank you, dude.
great segue into the last thing. Tell them where they can find Lives Lost at, what you got coming up in the next couple months,
Everywhere.
and just tell them what you got going on in the camp everywhere right now.
Literally. So
Yeah, for
we're
real.
at Lives Lost Band on literally every consumable form of social media. You can find us YouTube, Instagram, X, aka Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. We're all up in the business right now. We are available for streaming on any major streaming platform, and you can catch us on stage. We have a couple shows coming up. We have 4 shows over the month of March. March 8th. We are playing with Dead by April at HMAC in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. March 15th, we are at actually up your way at the Z-Lock Event Center in Newtown, I think.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a new venue up your way.
Nice.
The 16th, we're at Madam Oddities in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Wow.
And the 17th, we are at Bar 13 in Newark, Delaware. All of those last 3 dates I mentioned were with our friends in Sixth Century. They're an up-and-coming Octane rock band.
Very cool.
Awesome dude. Super duper excited to be out on the road with them. I've known Brady, their drummer, for forever. And, we're super stoked for everything we have coming up. A lot more to come. We just announced a May show with the Reign of Z and, oh, gosh, the other band that's amazing.
I also think it's hilarious that you guys didn't do the typical band trope of big things coming,
No, definitely.
Wait. Big things coming.
And,
Okay.
Big things coming. We're with Divide the Fall and Death of Me in May, and in August we're with a Skylit Drive.
Nice.
At Love Drafts and Mechanics.
Let's go.
So we have a lot of cool shows coming up. Very stoked on it. Thank you for having us today. It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I really appreciate it.
And hopefully we see you at a show.
Oh yeah, you have to. Like I said, I'm legally obligated to show up to a Pennsylvania show. So I have to.
I'd love to meet you in
putting
person,
my money
man.
where my mouth is, but I'm excited. I will most likely see you at maybe a couple shows. The major homies of the channel of Virtue are playing with Dead by April, so I'll probably be out.
Yes, they're on that show.
So we love Of Virtue and Divide the Fall. Haven't had them on in quite a bit, but they're major homies as well. Maybe I'll come out to that one as well too.
I hadn't heard of them before we had that show, but
Great.
they're insane. They have a very similar sound to us, kind of, and I
Major
really
homies.
vibe them. Yeah, Of Virtue is also sick, so that's awesome, and hoping to see you out.
Trust me.
Dude.
I'll be out at the show, and if you are also going to be out at the show, you can check the links below. Go show them some love. Go give them a follow. Listen, I like to show love to the PA Jersey bands because that's where I grew up for most of my life. So I want to be able to show that extra love to those bands. Not to say other bands I don't love. I love you guys too, but just a little extra. But go show them some love. I want to also give a shout out to James Carey for the boy. He is the one who I think originally got us in contact with each other. I'm pretty sure. So shout outs to James, the man, the myth, the legend. And if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. It really helps out the channel, and hopefully I get to see you at something. So come hang out. And huge thanks to Lives Lost for coming on today and chatting with me.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, man.
It's been great. It's been a wonderful time.
Alan, how much did I pay you to say that?